July's 2020 predictions. We got a lot going on this month. I really see the energy being a lot more relaxed, especially because we're in a storyline, the North Node axis, which has been in Cancer and Capricorn since 2018, is rounding up. That's right, we're getting an ending to whatever area that's affecting your chart. With Cancer and Capricorn, it's been a big deal, and we're going to end that energy on the 4th or 5th of July, depending on what part of the world you're in, with the lunar eclipse in Capricorn. That's on the 1st of July. We also have Aries moving into Mars moving into Aries, the sign of Aries, on the 27th, and it's going to be there for a whopping 6 months. So Mars is going to be doing a lot in your chart as well. We also have a new moon in the sign of Cancer, which signifies a blue moon, because this will be the second new moon that we'll be having this year, which is pretty rare. And yeah, let's just get into it. We have a lot of new energy coming in the sign of Cancer, as well as Mercury coming out of retrograde and Venus now being direct. Let's get into it. Hey Libra, welcome to your 2020 forecast. So let's jump right in. On the 1st of July, we have Saturn going retrograde back into his ruling sign of Capricorn. Okay, it's been out of Capricorn. He gave us a break for like I'm thinking, when did it go into the sign of Aquarius? I think that might have been April. I could be wrong. Gotta check the dates on that. But yeah, so we have Saturn going retrograde back into the sign of Capricorn. This is back into your 4th house. And listen, this is your 4th and 10th house axis. So we have this with the lunar eclipse happening on the 4th or 5th of July, depending on where you are in the world. That's ending energy. That's finality energy in the same sign of Capricorn. So there's just this culmination of energy going on in your 4th house, like ending some routine or some old systems, some old stresses that are tied to like maybe your mother, the house, the home environment, but more so like your roots and your emotional state could be reaching its peak right now. Like whatever's been going on for the last 2 years since 2018 could be causing you a level of stress and anxiety or relief from that stress and anxiety. It just depends on how well you figured out. With Saturn being in the sign of Capricorn in your 4th house, it's all dependent on how well you've learned how to balance out those 2 houses. Your public persona, your public image, your career versus your home life, your emotional well-being. Maybe you have bipolar disorder or emotional, instability going on. 4th house can signify emotional upheavals, and with the South Node having transited there these last 2 years, you could have just had a lot of karma tied to your self-talk or self-deprecation, mental health. You could have been going through mental healing in this last 2 years, or just trying to find a way to get there, able to get out back into the world, but maybe you held yourself back because you second guess yourself. I'm getting this real vibe of like negative self-talk, and like stress or anxiety or depression, and not being able to literally get out of the house or get out of the home, and just being kind of stuck in a bubble, or feeling like your emotions hold you back in some way. Or your roots hold you back in some way, and wanting to establish new ground as far as like your public persona goes. That's what you've been experiencing lately. On July 20th, we also have the new moon in Cancer in 28 degrees. This is in your 11th house of hopes and wishes, groups, organizations. So this is a time where you can basically establish newfound contacts. Network more. Maybe you're getting out, like I said, you're getting out more, you're getting out of that bubble in your head, and maybe you're basically being able to like establish more healthy connections that could feed your career, that could give you like, could boost your public image in some way. It also rules the internet, so maybe you're also doing more internet networking. Maybe you open up maybe you start a YouTube, or you start more. You get on, especially in the realm of like something creative, like maybe you can have a creative internet business or a fashion boutique online, or something where you really get to express your true nature, your true motivation. just to touch a little bit more with this lunar eclipse in Capricorn, it's going to be pretty monumental. It's going to be like the power of 3 full moons in one. You know, lunar and solar eclipses, they usually do bring effects that last 6 months to a year to a lifetime. Because you got to think, you could get married, something that big, or get a job promotion, something that monumental, but it could spark a move, and then therefore it could change the rest of your life. So with this ending happening in your 4th house, it's just like authority figures or people that you feel like have authority over your emotion, or getting more control over your emotions, or restriction, or like I said, going back to that negative self-talk. This is probably ending for you, and you're finally gaining the confidence that you need to be able to move about in the real world. You know, like a Capricorn would in a less emotional or emotionally unstable space. And then last but not least, we have Mars going into its ruling sign. Well, it already moves to the ruling sign of Aries on the 27th of June. But it's going to be there in Aries for 6 months because it'll be going retrograde. And this will all be taking place in your 7th house. Okay, so partner, you can see yourself with a relationship partner, and your relationship just takes off. You can really just, things can be hot and heavy. There could be a really strong mutual attraction, sexually mutual attraction between you and someone else, or you could really like get married rather quickly with this in the next 6 months with Mars transiting your 7th house. Okay, because it does rule, that is the marriage house as well, and you are a Libra ascendant. You could very well get married this year or in the next six months, Libra ascendant. Also, what else? Also, business contracts. You could probably, like I said, get more into like collaborating or working with others or networking, you know, working in fashion, because 7th house does rule beauty and beautiful young women and art and Venusian things like fashion and all that, fragrance. You could, like I said, you could start a boutique. You could get with someone or partner up with someone that could invest in your business. You can marry someone who could invest in your business. You could also have a marriage partner whose career is on the up and up and on the fast track. So that's all I have for you for this month. Take care, Libra. Good luck.